Afternoon everyone, it's Rachel here and I have an Etsy update. Yes, I've been doing a few of those lately. I do them, as you know, when I feel like I have to talk about things. I don't really need to talk about the books, maybe except a couple of them. They're pretty standard books, really great covers, good find this week. Now I just want to say I am going to be putting things in like at least once or twice a week, depending on if I've got them ready or whatever. So if you want me to hold on to your order, say for 10 days or 2 weeks, just let me know, because I did notice that some people just come back and buy more and I feel bad. Sometimes I'm sitting on the orders, I sit on them a little bit, so they have an opportunity to add if they want to, because then you're paying shipping twice and everything. Whereas as the weight goes up with FedEx, it only goes up slightly, unless of course you buy a whole lot of books and then it's way heavier than what it would have been. Now the books to the US don't have tariffs on them, guys, but they do have to be shipped with FedEx. I would have shipped them with FedEx pretty much with everyone anyway, because they're heavy. So anyway, I'm not going to go through them all. These are some of the just really great covers, good sizes, and lots and lots of pages. Some of them are super heavy. These ones, this is two that I want to talk about. I'm just going to put these on the floor. And don't worry if you miss out. I got a lot of books yesterday. The last time I went, there weren't very many. This time there were, so I got them. Even though his prices were more expensive, my prices are pretty similar to what they normally are. He was slightly more expensive. He had a lot, and sometimes he doesn't have any, and this is really the only person I buy from, so unless I find something by chance. So these two I'm selling together. I absolutely love the covers. Yeah, I think I wrote that as the type, doesn't really matter anyway, but they're beautiful. So you'll see next week I've got more books to put in, these put in on the cover, so you can recuperate the beautiful soft cover. It's all rag paper in here. It's wonderful rag paper, and this one is 1830, that one also 1830. They're both the same, but I thought if you didn't want to use them, they'd be really just pretty tied with some jute string or hemp string if you've got some, as a decor item as well. But I just didn't see the point in separating them, so they're sold as a couple. And these are just, oh, this is fantastic, this book. This is a physics book, and it's just full of illustrations. It's 1892, I think, or 1890, but just really great, really super cool, and a fantastic cover. This one here has been recut. See, it's one of those, it was a paper one, 1871. It was a later paper one. Lovely paper inside. It's French, and someone has rebound it, but look at the beautiful paper they put on it. Really nice. I can feel that it's been covered, so I would very carefully take this cover off and see if you can keep that or re-glue it back on. But I thought that was really a great book. I'm going to put it on the floor. These ones, I'm just going to quickly show you the covers. I put these inside so when they go, it's easier to identify them. I've got two of those, but they're being sold separately. I love those covers. That's borderline ragging. We're borderline ragging there. 1835. Oh, look at this big one. Just gorgeous. Really nice. I love that type of paper as well. That's mid, I think. Let's see. Oh, I've got it in the front. I wrote 1857. Yep, mid. You learn when you have a lot of books going through your hands from all the, like each decade. You start to get a feel. Occasionally there'll be, excuse me, there'll be a book that'll throw you for a loop. But most of the time you can guess once you start seeing the paper. This one's 1827. It's rag. Look at that cover. I just thought that one will be beautiful to do. I've got one here. Just let me locate it. It doesn't have, well, I like these covers too, to do this sort of thing. And I'm going to decorate that cover and put little samples and things in there. That is a to die for. Look at that cover, 1849. These ones are gorgeous. I would increase their spines and make a lovely journal out of those, or the same type of thing as that. And there's 3, but I'm doing them separately. This one is beautiful. Look at this. So I had to Google this one to get the date, because the date's missing. It's between, you can get it from uploading the image and everything. It's between 1835 and 1845. These ones, I've got a lot of these. I bought the whole lot, and this one I'll keep. It's been damaged, but not that I care. These have all been rebound, and they are around the 1771. I wrote 1771 to 1781 when there's a lot of volumes. So it's the Old Testament, incredible rag paper, been rebound, as I said. The covers are fabulous. They're all this pinky sort of color, and there's many volumes, so I have many of those. So I'm going to keep that one, because I always keep one for myself, and the dates can vary between them. So that one was 1771, this one's 1778. It's just, I think it takes them time to print them all out. Vecchio Testamento, 1781. So I put that date. I'll do those ones between that date, 1771 to 1781. If you get one that's earlier than 1771, you're lucky. If they're later, I'll adjust I won't sell that one. I'll correct the date in the listing, because I don't like to say the wrong thing. Now, that's the books. And don't worry, I've got more books next week. Next weekend I'll do it. It seems to be when I like to put books in, is on the weekend. Now, my next thing, I haven't done tins for a while, but look at this. Is this not the most beautiful tin? It's a little bit difficult to open. I've left it open. That's just the weight and the measurements of it. It's got handles. So I haven't put fabric in them. Often I put fabric in. I've done little document bundles. I've came across these gorgeous playing cards. They're Italian playing cards. There's quite a few documents in there of all different types. Floor plan, and this is the lucido, which is the one they do on the transparent paper. So that's a full floor plan of something, I think. A beautiful book page. Now these book pages have come from my drawer in here, because when I have trouble closing it, I go in there and I'll start pulling it out. There's lots of beautiful old covers and graphics, and they're not all rag paper, but nearly. There was some written pages in a book. That's all still bound, but it's just super cool. You wait till you see it. That one's 1886, but it was a whole lot about the decrees in the Kingdom of Italy. And I've had whole books of that before, many years ago, when I first started selling pages and things. But there's all kinds of fun papers. A big 16, they've both got a big 1600s page in there. Now this bundle here, I didn't photograph them. I didn't want to undo them. I've tied it with this lovely string, but inside is just a whole lot of ephemera. There's a multiple page one in there with gorgeous writing, and just a whole lot of different little fun things. Just a fun bundle to play with, and just odds and ends. And I kind of did some cute tying bows and stuff like that. So that's that one. Look at the handles. Now I don't like ephemera generally, as far as I know, doesn't have tariffs to America. I know I speak about Americans, but the poor Americans, I have to tell them these things. Everybody else, it's all normal. Basically, ephemera doesn't have tariffs as far as I know. I haven't been getting any surprises, touch wood. Don't know about the tin. So I'll just have to work that out if I can. I'll ask ChatGPT, but ChatGPT tells me one thing and FedEx tells me another. So this tin is gorgeous. My mother-in-law spotted this one. And inside I put a gorgeous little bundle of documents. Some of them are just the folded ones, and the whatever was in them is gone. One has writing in it, and then there's a whole lot of other bits and pieces in there. And then this one has two of the lovely decor sort of books. So they're two different ones. I didn't want to untie it. That one's blue. It's beautiful. I've been hoarding it for a really long time. And that one is 1845. Oh, I wrote 1835. I better adjust that. if I remember. If I forget, forgive me. And beautiful little little medallions. They're religious ones, and just some little laces. I just thought that was really cute. This one was a little bit rusted, so I did wonkily glue down a piece of Florentine paper just so it didn't dirty what went in there. And I didn't know what I was going to put in there, but I love it just like that. So there's a lovely tin. Hard to come by those ones with that lovely shape. I also found this gorgeous box. I think it's wooden. It looks like, it feels like this is like a, I don't know if it's a paper or a fabric. Not sure. And it's got a lovely trim. I don't know what the date is or anything like that. And inside this one, this was all just sitting, not that, but this was all sitting on my table. I'd been playing around with some stuff, and I just thought, oh my God, that looks so pretty. And I picked it up, and I just thought that was really pretty. And this one has 2 document bundles in it. One with these sorts of documents, some written, some not. But there are plenty of written things in there. More of these really super cool playing cards. Some have a different thing on the back. That's hemp. No, that's, yes, that's hemp string, and so is this one. And that's an old communion card, another card, and other documents. I don't want to pull it all out, but I felt like it just fit nicely in there. That's slightly curved, but that's okay. I just thought that was really pretty on top. So we should be okay with that one. And then I've got this one, which I thought was really cool. I bought this a while ago, and I've been procrastinating. What will I put in it? It's a book tin. How cool is that? And you open it up, and inside it's got a similar bundle to the floral one. So we've got our document bundle. We have, and this was folded like this. I did not fold that. The floor plans, I got quite a lot of floor plans. I might do something with those eventually. The book pages, similar to the other one. Not exactly the same, but similar. Really cool. Some of my hoardy stuff in there. And then another document, ephemera. This is all ephemera. There's a beautiful handwritten one in there as well. And it's multiple pages. And then just some single Pringle pages as well. So that's those. But wait, there's more. Yeah, I'm just trying. I get a little bit bored with all my regular things. And I'm sure you guys do too. So I like to sometimes just have a bit of inspiration and put some new different things in. I'm loving the frames, so I am doing more with the frames. So I did find, I'm going to show you first this one. So I have fixed them up. This one had, the paper was ripping on the back, so I put some tape over it so it's strong, because this has been framed, but there was like a depth there. So when you poked the paper, it got a hole in it. So I put tape over it, and then I put Florentine paper over it. This, I was going to use, I bought this to use the frame, but then I saw that there was this beautiful communion card from 1926, and I just think that is lovely. So you can decide to rip all of this off. You just put your Stanley knife in there and cut around, and then you can take it all out, and you might want to put your own thing in there and use that for something else. But I just thought that was lovely. In my listing, I've shared a photograph of my wall. It's only a piece of my wall because it's in progress, and I haven't filled it yet, so I'm not sharing that until I fill it. But just to give you an idea of what I would do with these, and what I am intending on doing with some when I keep some for myself. So there's that one. And then I was going to take this one out, and it's an 1800s image of a saint and baby Jesus, and I just thought it's lovely. I just think that's really beautiful. Oh, and this one, again, the back was all ripped and damaged because there was a gap. It wasn't as thick, and it had all poked and ripped. So I was able to recuperate this piece of wallpaper because I think it's one of those, not printed, I think it's one of those painted ones. And so I chose a Florentine paper that kind of went with it. And I've put more, I've put some cardstock, thicker cardstock in there so that it's not going to poke. It's not going to rip. And it's also taped. It's very, very secure. And I just fixed it up a bit. There's a bit of work. I had to do a bit of work on them. But I just thought that I'm going to keep that. Now, these next frames I'm going to show. Oh, I'm missing one. Oh, it's over here. The next frames I'm going to show you, I had bought to put stitcheries in that I haven't done yet. But when I opened them, because they did have, he told me, and they cost a little bit more because they had original paintings. Let me show you. When I took the glass out, I realized what beautiful paintings they are, because with the glass, they looked flat. They were very uninteresting. I have to tell you, you won't believe me, but they were very uninteresting. So what I did was I've taken them out. They were also smelling really musty because there was no air getting in there. They had a really musty smell, and I thought, so I took them out, I fixed them up, and I've put them back in their frames because I was going to put embroidery. I love these frames. These frames are something else. And these look like, to me, they're oil paintings, and they're on copper. They've been painted on copper. They're Italian. And they have lovely original little hooks on them, little loops, and really, really beautiful frames. So I'm pleased that I took the glass off because they weren't breathing and they were smelling musty. And so you can see the texture of the painting. They looked like a print with the glass on. So I really like that. And all you would do is just dust them because they are oil paintings. They are fine. So that's those two, but I have two more that I absolutely love. So look at this frame. Now this was not framed in here, but this did fit in this frame. So I put it in there because it was a nicer frame, and it's signed by Gabby. I think she's a different artist to these ones because she looks different. Again, painted on copper. The frame is old and has been restored. I've fixed it all up and I've put the paper on, but you can still see the beautiful old wood and the old hook latch. It's not a hook, it's a loop. But another hand painted one. And then I have this one, is absolutely gorgeous. And I wouldn't have thrown 2 cents at it. I was thinking of getting rid of it. And then I was like, hey, Steffi, look at this without the glass. Isn't it beautiful? It's a gorgeous painting. It's a miniature, and I just think that's lovely and beautiful frame again. And then you'll see in the photographs, where did I put the photographs? On some of these later ones. I don't think I uploaded. I might see if I can do that. I might forget. My wall. I have cut up my fleurs. I think I've told you that before. And I've got a big piece and a smaller piece, and then I have a few pieces left over. So I've just mucked around and tried them in these frames. And it's got a bit of fluff there. That's in the photograph too. I need to I'll just cut that out. That's a bit of, yeah. I've just reframed them, and I think they're gorgeous because I wasn't mad about my pieces as a big whole, and as little individual sort of vignettes. I really, really like them. So I'm going to sell these ones. I don't need to keep everything. I've got a few up on my wall. I might do some more, and I've got another piece that I have to complete, and then I can do it. And then this one here. So that's hours of embroidery in there. It might be small, but that is a lot of work in those, both of those, all the weaving and the going in every direction and outlining on that one. And yeah, it took me a really long time. So they are framed in these gorgeous frames here. This one, the nail is coming out a little bit. You might want to hammer that back in, put it on something soft and hammer it back in. Although it probably will hang quite nicely with it like that. So anyway, so I think that's everything. Yeah, so that is my Etsy update. You see why I need to, these sorts of things I need to explain to you. I feel like they need a bit of a story. And yeah, and that's it. So books, framed things. We're all going to have beautiful art walls. And then also the tinned things. I've had these tins. No, those tins I got yesterday. I really love them, and I felt instantly inspired by those. That one and the other one I've had for a little while. So anyway, I hope you're having a wonderful Sunday. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you again soon. Bye.